Good morning, delivery fam, and welcome back to another episode of Breakfast with UDM on the Life of a Gig Worker podcast. And this morning, I'm just going to have a nice little conversation with my friend. Right now, this friend of mine been a friend for a long time. Okay, first was a subscriber, but there's something that I know she has a lot of information on that I don't. Okay, and that's basically Spark. For a long time, for years now, I've been trying to get on Spark, and they just won't let me on. I guess they know I'm a content creator, or they just saying, "Nah, we don't like you," whatever it is. Okay, but the thing is, I've heard a lot of great things about Spark, and I would love to do content on Spark, but I just don't have access. And when I reached out to my friend, which I'm about to tell y'all who that is in a minute, when I reached out to her, I said, "Hey, would you mind just getting on the podcast with me and just, hey, you know what, just answer some questions. Just tell me what Spark is like." And I think it would do a great episode to basically say, why are drivers leaving DoorDash for Spark? Because that's basically what she did. Right, Mo?
That's right.
Now, when I say leave DoorDash for Spark, you still have the DoorDash app. You have not deleted it, right?
No. I still have it.
You still, okay. You still have it, right? So now I have a few questions here. To be exact, I have about 12 questions and one bonus, which is make it 13. Okay.
Okay.
So I just really want you to dig deep and just tell me, answer these questions as best as you can, because I do not know what Spark is like. You've even tried to get me to sign up again, right?
Yes.
All right. And I just said, no, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm tired of getting rejected, Mo. I'm just tired. Did you say
I don't blame you.
Did you say that they don't use DDI anymore or something like that?
I don't think so. I think it's considered something else, and it seems to be working better than DDI did. I mean, it was hard to get on with DDI for a long time, but it seems to be easier now.
All right. So let's get into the meat and potatoes, because I know I don't have much time and you don't have much time. I hope you made some money for the day so far, because you're taking time out of your day to have this conversation with me. Hopefully. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've already made some good money.
Okay. All right. Okay. Confidence. I love that. All right. So look, question number 1. What is so good about Spark that made you stop using DoorDash? And there's a second part to this, okay? Was there a specific moment that made you say, you know what? Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What makes it better, you said the first time?
Well, what is so good about Spark that made you stop using DoorDash?
Yeah, well, almost everything.
Wow.
Almost everything.
I only know, sorry to cut you off, but I only know the DoorDash experience. So when you say almost everything, all I know is the DoorDash experience. So please elaborate.
Okay. When I say almost everything, I mean almost everything. It's not annoying. Every time you turn on the DoorDash app, I got to the point where I was just annoyed, and I was wasting my time. I'm sitting there declining one order after another, and I don't have time to decline orders after another. Or you get to the place, the restaurant, and it's late, or somebody's already picked it up, and you've wasted time again, or the app's a problem, or you got to do this. You just got to jump through all these hoops for DoorDash.
Right.
So Spark is a whole nother thing. It's like there's no games. There's no games whatsoever. You turn the app on. If you want to work, you work. If you don't, you don't. And the app itself is for the most part good. I'm not saying it's a perfect app. No app is. It's going to have its issues and glitches every now and then. But for the most part, it runs really well.
So to just go online and just hit go, would you compare it similar to Uber?
Yes.
Okay. So there's no
Yeah.
schedule. There's nothing like that you have to do.
Nope. No
Okay.
schedule whatsoever. And each zone has its own like map, and it has dots on which Walmarts there are or whatever stores. They have other things besides Walmart. They also have like, I think it's Sally's Beauty.
Oh, so they
What else
do
do
they do like almost like Sephora type stuff.
No, I haven't seen Sephora. They're pretty limited.
Okay.
At least in my market. I don't know about other markets, but in my market, I think there's Sally's, there's Sam's, and then there's a marine place. And then occasionally you have Advanced Auto, I think is on there.
So you get
But
advanced auto parts delivery on Walmart Spark. I thought it was only like Walmart stuff.
well, it generally is. I mean, there's a possibility you might get something. I used to see the auto ones a while back, but I haven't seen them in a long time. It's
Hmm.
mainly just what I normally see is just Walmart and Sam's.
Okay.
But occasionally those other ones will pop up, but you might see it once a day, you know?
Okay.
So, but anyway, as far as the app, I mean, you have a map and it'll light up with like if the one particular store is uh real busy, it'll be red. And then
Like a
if
hot
it's
zone.
yeah, it's like yeah, kind of like hot zones. And then you have like the other ones will be yellow or whatever. And then if it's not busy, it won't be lit up. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything either,
Hmm.
because you could be sitting there and get a shopping order and it may not even be lit up.
Mm. So
So,
those types of things, as far as like showing where it's busy and not busy, is it like a lie or is it like more truthful than DoorDash?
it's pretty accurate, to be honest with you.
Mm.
It is pretty accurate. I'm just saying I've been there where it wasn't lit up in between drops, like they have drops, and I would get a shopping order, but it
Okay.
just didn't light up.
Okay.
But for the most part, if you look at it, it's pretty accurate.
Okay. So was there a specific moment that made you say, "Yeah, I'm done with DoorDash"?
Oh yeah.
Like walk us through that. Like at what moment did that happen to you? Because I have my own moment and I could share it with you. But go ahead.
I guess it was when it was a while after the tier system, the platinum and all that stuff. I got to the point, well, first of all, I'm not going to chase those type of things. That me personally, I'm not going to do that. I go out there to work and make my money, and that's it. You
100.
know, I don't I don't chase even on Spark. I don't chase the incentives. If the money's there and it's good for me, I take it. But as far as DoorDash, I got tired. I was just tired and aggravated and stressed out, and I felt like, I was just taking a beating just about every time I turned the thing on. And I didn't feel good about myself. I mean, it was kind of like, well, we don't care about you. We're just going to throw you this $2 order. You get tired of that. You're just like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm not worth the $7 order. And then I just got mad,
Yeah.
and I was just like, I'm so tired of this and the games
Yeah.
and I don't do well with games. So I just finally, and then when they changed, it was the scheduling where I couldn't hardly ever get on anyway.
Oh
And
wow.
I was like, yeah, it was just ridiculous. I mean, because my AR was so low anyway. But just to schedule, there was no Dash Now until late at night. And
Ooh.
it's except maybe, every once in a while it would pop up for like 30 minutes.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm just, it's a waste. It's wasting my time.
Now,
And
now
go ahead.
just really quick, the moment that I said that I was done with DoorDash, now, even if I still have the app and I still plan on turning it on, in the sense, what I'm saying is, when I said, man, I can't deal with this anymore, because I felt like it had a toll on me, right? I was angry as well, because when it hit me was when I was doing the Platinum Dasher thing. When the Platinum Dasher hit, and then I was already at this high tier, and then I was trying to do the content, and I declined till I got back to being a cherry picker, and then I was trying to work my way back up. Remember when we were on the phone before I did all of those videos, even before Platinum Dasher, when I was realizing the pattern, and you were the one that I was on the phone with, and I was saying, like, I could almost guarantee what my next order is going to be. Remember that?
Yeah.
Before I did that whole experiment type video, and people started saying, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Right. So the thing is, at that point, I was like, when I knew I was really done was when I didn't even finish to try to get back up to platinum. I said, listen, I am sick of this. Okay. Cause I knew what they were doing to me, and I knew what I had already done before to get myself up to platinum before I did any video. And now I'm trying to show people what the experience is like. I even got a person that's been a subscriber of mine for how long, but I didn't know who they were. I just let them go on a ride along with me. So it's like, they could have said, hey, I've been a long time subscriber. I'd be like, oh, for real? Come on. But in the end, what I'm saying is, when I was trying to work my way back up, you never saw another DoorDash video from me again. I think I retired the channel. I was like, listen, I'm done. That was it for me. That was it for me, because I knew the hard work that I put in off camera to get my AR up, to get my completion rate up, to get everything up so I could get to, at the time I was working towards getting top dasher. But then all of a sudden I didn't get an email. You know that recent podcast episode I did where I said the overnight policy changes and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I automatically, my app just changed and said, oh, you're a platinum dasher. Wait, what? I didn't know anything about this. So just knowing that, right? And knowing that I gave up back then, that's when I really realized that it was time for me to disconnect from this, even with the content, because I was so frustrated, So that was my, you know what? I am done. But now I'm at a point I'm trying to figure out, well, when the hell will I turn DoorDash back on? Sometimes I set a schedule and I don't even dash. I grab a schedule and I never hit dash now, and it tells me, oh, your dash just ended because you never logged on. I'm like, oh, my bad. If I get to a point where they say, hey, if you schedule yourself and you don't dash, then you might be deactivated. I think I'll be the number one person on that list because I just can't find it in me to go and dash. Even if I'm trying to, I'm also so tied up with my boys that I'm like, would I rather go to the park and throw the ball and play with my kids right now, or would I rather go dash? Because my wife is home. She could watch the kids and I could go dash. But I just said, nah, I'll be at the park with the kids.
Exactly.
So that's just the point that I'm at right now. And this is no hate at DoorDash. I don't want anybody that loves DoorDash to feel like I am hating on DoorDash. It's just, I think Mo and I, we're just at that point right now, because it's just so bad. And Mo found another lane, which is Spark. And that's what sparked, pun intended, that's what sparked this conversation, because I'm like, I'm not the only one that wanted to leave DoorDash. I went to catering, right? And Mo went to Spark. So let's finish this conversation here, Mo. All right. So before we get into any kind of details, any more details than we have already, right? If you had to sum it up really quick, what makes Spark a better experience for you personally?
The amount of less stress, the ease of it all, and the money.
So it's more money and less stress?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. And and I was thinking about this today when I was working this morning. I was like, I'm actually enjoying this again.
You mean gig work?
I enjoy. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and
okay.
I had gotten to the point where I was getting to the point where I hated it. Well, I mean, I like catering. You know, I still do catering, and I still enjoy catering. But remember the old days when we used to really like doing this?
Yeah.
You know, where it wasn't a pain and it wasn't frustrating, you know, and you felt like you were making money, you know.
Yeah.
That's what Spark does for me. And this morning, I just enjoyed the heck out of myself because I was like, yeah, I'm going to go work. I'm going to go make some money.
That's how you sounded? That's how you sounded? Hey, you know what?
That's
I'm going to go to work
it.
today. Yeah. Oh, let's go. Yeah. Cha-cha,
That's
you know?
right. I knew I was going to make some good money this morning, and I knew it wasn't going to take me forever, and I was going to have a good time.
If you don't mind me asking, like, how long was that for the amount that you made? I don't need to know how much you made, and whoever's listening to this definitely don't need to know how much you made. But for the amount of time that you worked this morning, like, how much time was that for you to make what you made?
2 hours.
2 hours. So it's almost similar to my catering life.
That's it. That's exactly what it's like.
Oh.
Because to me, it's like doing catering.
Oh yeah. What time it is, D-Fam? Yeah. It's time to go get your money.